leader, joining us this morning. Thank you, sir. Quick break, and then the situation at the southern border poised to go from bad to worse after a federal judge ended an effective Trump-era policy stopping illegal border crossings. Out to get worse, with 18,000 people expected to flood the border every day. This week on Capitol Hill, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas testified that the southern border is secured before appearing to reverse course. Last month, over 230,000 migrants were encountered at the southern border, a record for the month of October. It's only poised to get worse after a federal...
I paid no electric bills last year. In fact, I was able...
A federal judge last week ordered the lifting of Title 42, which is the effective Trump-era policy that stopped illegal border crossings. Officials with the Biden administration told the Washington Post that once 42 goes away, they estimate that at least 18,000 migrants will illegally cross the border every day. That amounts to 6.5 million migrants a year, on top of the 5 million who have already crossed in on Joe Biden's watch in the last 2 years. Joining me right now is Republican Monica De La Cruz, who will be representing Texas's 15th congressional district beginning in January. Monica De La Cruz, congratulations to you on your victory. What can you do to make a difference at the southern border?
Thank you so much. Well, it's quite simple. The Biden administration needs to listen. Listen to the people who are on the front lines, the brave men and women who are protecting our nation. And what they are saying is that by lifting Title 42, it will mean that there will be an exponential increase in illegal immigrants crossing our borders. Now, what that means to the viewers and to you and I is that Border Patrol agents will be taken off the front lines, their duties in protecting our border, and put in administration duties. What that means is that the cartels will be able to bring more drugs across and more illegal activity. And that's what should be concerning. The Biden administration needs to listen to what the Border Patrol agents are saying.
Well, it's absolutely extraordinary that Alejandro Mayorkas continues to say the border is secure. And yet we've got pounds and pounds and pounds of fentanyl seized. We've got thousands and thousands of people every month, 5 million crossed over the last 2 years. What needs to be done, in your view, to secure this border and to ensure the safety of American families?
Well, Mayorkas and the Biden administration has failed on every point when it comes to the border crisis. In fact, what they've been saying is that they were going to have a plan for when Title 42 was lifted. To this day, Border Patrol agents have seen no plan at all. And so what that means is that when it is lifted, it leaves our communities right here on the southern border vulnerable, but it leaves all of America vulnerable. This is why I'm so excited about having Speaker McCarthy come to the front lines with a plan not only to support our Border Patrol agents, but to bring a strong border that will help ultimately our American families.
Well, I mean, at this point, you've got 1 million people who have gotten away, those people who have been seen on surveillance cameras that are actually in the country. They evaded apprehension intentionally. And then you've got another 98 people who were apprehended who were actually on the terrorist watch list. Tell us what the border town life is like today with these 1 million gotaways, with these 98 terrorists that have been apprehended. What are people experiencing who live at the border right now? How have the neighborhoods changed?
Well, here's what I can tell you is that where we see this on the expressways, things such as bailouts, most people around America don't even know what a bailout is. And what that means is coyotes have illegal immigrants in a car. They race down expressways, and we get alerts on our phone saying that there is a coyote on the road and they're driving recklessly. We've had people die on the road because ultimately these coyotes are driving illegally, putting people at risk and putting these illegal immigrants at risk.
Wow.
Having an open border is not a humane way of immigration.
Of course not. And of course, we've seen the death of almost 1,000 migrants just on their trek over. Congresswoman-elect, thanks very much. Monica De La Cruz laying it all out for us. We'll be watching your efforts on this.